Hey everyone, it's Laurie, founder of eFlirt, expert on She's the CEO. If you're new here, we are five female entrepreneurs giving you day in the life of a startup and letting you know what it's like from our perspective. And we have a question every week, and we all answer it with our own unique views of the startup world. And this week, though, it's not actually about our business, but it is about us as female entrepreneurs. And the question is, if we didn't have our business now, what would we be doing that was another business? What entrepreneurial venture would we start up? And that's actually a really hard question because when you own a startup, like I'm sure many of you know if you own your own, and if you don't and you're aspiring to, you will know very soon when you start it. It becomes so consuming and you're so invested, and it's really hard sometimes to think outside that box of um, not having this thing that is such a part of you and a part of your living. But with that said, it's actually not that hard for me because I had another company before eFlirt Expert, and I loved doing that. I was just beginning to build it when the Madoff scandal happened, and unfortunately, one of my clients was directly invested with Bernie, and it was in the corporate world. Now I do dating. But my old company, I made a niche in marketing, and I would consult for companies managing their large scale events like 5,000 attendee user conferences or national conventions. And I would go in and manage the event. They would let me know what the key messages were that they were going for. I would develop the content, um, work with the speakers, hire the keynote speakers in a lot of cases, everyone from Richard Branson to um, new shows on the Discovery Channel, which nobody really had even heard of yet because they were still only in pilot. Um, and I would also manage the production company. I'd be like the liaison between the production company and the corporation because I have a background in production. So I would manage the creative and help them develop that, and the crew, and everything that goes into an event like that, which is quite a lot of money, of time, of bodies, of tech, of cabling, of um, hours and hours and months. And I loved that. I loved being in the corporate world, which is so not what I do now. But I guess there are, excuse me, there are some parallels. Like there's this live theater aspect of events. And I actually have a background in theater, which I'm sure you could never guess. Um, and so there's something about like working on a project a lot of time and having this sort of show must go on mentality when it happens. Things are either done or they're just going to happen, and they're going to happen perfectly. And it's very stressful getting up to that moment to make them happen perfectly, particularly when they're not necessarily ready to happen right then, but making sure that they are anyway. And I thrive off of that. Um, and there's something sort of beautiful about seeing like the gratification of what you've been working on happen before your eyes, which I feel like in a lot of jobs you don't get. And I think I get that though at eFlirt Expert as well, because I work with singles every day on their dating lives, and helping them get on dates and getting into relationships and eventually watching them fall in love in a lot of cases. And that it's still sort of that, it's a similar moment to working on something and watching it happen right before your eyes in an instant. Um, but I loved my other company. It was unfortunate timing because it was not a good time to be in events. It wasn't something that corporations were going to be investing in, and I knew that, which is why I am um, I started eFlirt Expert because they were investing in their dating lives, but also I realized that I had this sort of hidden talent that then I got really passionate about helping people date, specifically date online, and I knew that they needed my help and that this is something I could really make a difference with in the meantime. And I do aspire to grow that company maybe someday. Who knows? I feel like I got another few startups in me, but right now I am so excited to watch eFlirt Expert grow, and I can't. Every day I wake up and I just can't believe it. And that, I mean, like it makes me speechless a little bit. And I am so excited to see where it goes because I think it's going to go big places. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit, um, I'm the founder, so I guess I'm supposed to. If I don't feel that way, we're in trouble, right? But I think that, I'm really excited that this shift happened in my life from the corporate to dating because I really feel like this is where I should be right now. But I'd love to hear about whatever you're working on. Maybe you haven't launched it and you're going to be launching something soon. So please tell me. You can comment below, or you can tweet me at eFlirtExpert, or you can tweet all of us on this YouTube channel at Team She's the CEO. We'll see you next week.